Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the beautiful, wonderful, freaking city server. Check it out. Look at this. We're not at the main city. We're at Spawn. Spawn City it is. Excuse me. I am oh, there's a temple. I've been sick. I've been sick and I've recovered. But look at this. You guys remember these two locomotives? They were at the front of this train that we brought here to Spawn with building materials. Now, a lot of the building materials have been used up and chewed up in our projects we've been building. But yeah, these two guys, they are gonna stay here, and we have to transport all these rail cars that were used to build up like the projects, the reactor and the why can't I speak? And the diverging interchange. So we're going to rip over Thomasburg. And as you guys know, we have a bunch of crude oil cars here that need to be offloaded in the refinery. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to take those empties with us with these cars we're taking from Spawn City. And we're going to rip over to the main city. And I haven't decided if we're going to put them in the main rail yard, or if we're going to rip them down south and put them in that crude oil loop. But check it out. This is what the status is. So we got kind of gravel and some crap in there. That thing, obviously when we were building the power plant and the interchange here, we used up quite a bit of material. These ones are empty. Andesite and diorite and stuff like that. That one didn't get touched. Sand, dirt, okay, dirt, more dirt. And it's like kind of a mess, We're gonna have to organize a way to offload this stuff and organize it. Look at this stuff. It's just garbage in here. And eventually I think what we're going to do is these hopper cars are going to end up in the rail yard, and the crude oil cars are going to end up in that crude oil loading loop area. But because of logistics, I think it's easier to have the crude oil cars ride up front of the train. We pull it over to that area, and then we can kind of deattach the tail and take it back to the rail yard. I don't know, but look at this. This is crazy, hey? We got so much charcoal in there still. Some fine road tarmac, okay. Some more crap. As you guys can see, this train is just a mess. This train is a mess. These hopper cars are a mess. And, we gotta do some train jobs, alright? We haven't ripped the trains in a while. There's a hole there. We're using our two GP 38? 36? By the way, look at the clearance here. Botched job straight off the bat, man. I built this thing, and I didn't think it was gonna interact with the railroad like that, and right away, so that looks great. Anyway, let's rip over to Thomasburg. Let's go do some oil refinery work with those crude oil cars, and let's go freaking build a train. Okay, so this time around, because I always cut these episodes up so bad, this time around we're gonna do some freaking, some longer segments of ripping around on this railroad. So we're over here. Where the hell are we? Hold on, I can't see myself, man. We're approaching Thomas. There we are. We're approaching Thomasburg, and here we go. We're driving the train. First person is one of my favorite ways to drive it. As you guys can see, third person, we got the lights going. Only some of the lights. For some reason, the FPS is good now with the lights, so I don't know why. On the other locomotives, it's not. As we're approaching Thomasburg here, we got several things to think about, man. The length of this train is crazy. And when we put those empties on, we're going to have like upwards of 60 rail cars again. So we have to hold short of this switch right here, because this is what's going to let us go into the rail yard. Now, I think to keep the main line free so that we can stack up the crude oil cars, we're going to have to hop out of here and go into the siding there on the far right with this load of stuff, and then hook up to it after. So let's make sure all the switches are good. And good lord, man, the logistics, this rail yard is not the biggest, and this is a lot of train cars. So let's see what we can do. Let's pull in here and let's start doing some oil refinery work. Alright, as the night goes away, welcome to Venice, the oil refinery of Thomasburg/Venice. We have our locomotives ready to go and empty here on the main line. We deattached everything back there, and we're grabbing these freaking crude oil cars. Alright, so we can take 5 and 4, I believe, at a time and unload them. So 9, and I think there's, I don't know, 4 loads, so something like that. Let's go check out the refinery itself just to kind of show you guys the state of what we're doing here. Now, I think track on the left here is 5, and then 4 go here, and those are loading. So we're going to have to kind of go in and out, in and out, in and out here. The typical usual operation. Kind of crappy. There's no lights at the end to tell us when to stop, so it's kind of line up your wheels with one of these pipes up here. Let's go check out how much crude oil we have on reserve at the refinery at the moment. Empty a tank. What is this? We refined all the crude? Okay, that's the first crude tank. This one is empty. Excellent. Okay, so we have no crude oil, so good thing we're doing this. So 6 and 7 are empty, and then the dock ones we added are definitely empty. So empty, empty, empty. All right. Well, let's rip out the locomotives here, and yeah, let's do a little bit of a train job on the side here for the refinery, and then we'll take the empties back to the main city. Okay, holy shit, everybody. We have our final 5 rail cars here to unload. This has only taken about 6 years alone, so now I understand why crews always have multiple people in real life, because nothing would get done alone, man. Jesus. You gotta put respect on these dudes, man. There's a lot of walking involved, and a lot of dude, I'm flying all over this train. What is going on? And a lot of danger. These power lines have almost killed me in numerous spots as well, so not happy about the infrastructure. Here we go. We're offloading beautiful liquid gold. Ah, look at it. It's pumping in. We got our crazy train line, conga line, all the way to Thomasburg already, which is insane. I forgot how long that is, man. So we got problems. We're probably gonna have to attach this to the back and play some games and pull this down the main line, I think. I don't know. I got some plans, so we're gonna have some fun doing this, but I think I'm gonna have 2 engines kind of split up maybe and do like a front pull and then push back and then reattach the locomotive at the front. I don't know, man. I'm talking like I know anything. And then we're gonna head back to the main city, and like I said, I don't know yet if we want to end up in the main rail yard or if we want to end up down south at that crude oil loop. So anywho, let's see. These should be offloading pretty quick. Here comes the power line death, because Lord knows the high voltage wants to get me. I didn't die. Good. We filled up one of these tanks so far, I think. This is the status. Perfect. Nothing. Okay. Never mind. This one's not even touched. All right. This one, please. Ah, there we go. So we're like 3/4 full on each of these fluid tanks, and I think it holds what, 8 in there. So there you go. We got one whole ass train in like a week of unloading and offloading. Basically gave us 3/4 of a crude oil tank silo thing at the refinery. So that's insane. There you go. 6 is you know, capable of containing crude. So anyway, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of maneuvering to do, a lot of back and forthing, a lot of driving, a lot of running, and a lot of messing around to build this train to take back. So officially putting the train together. So I said there would be more train stuff, and like I said, we're gonna try to do more stuff. So there you go. I like driving around in first person. There's a guy on the tracks. I like driving around in first person because it makes me feel immersed, man. Oh, look at this. Look at this cow. Dead. Don't even know. Can't even look. We're coming through Thomasburg here. Switches are good. I think why are the chunks not loading? We're going into the void, bro. We don't... Hold on. I gotta reload these. Here we go. Okay, there we go. We're driving past beautiful Thomasburg here. As you guys know, nothing has happened here recently in last videos. Nothing at all. We're cruising at 21 right there. That's not too bad. I guess there's a road. Rules are all out the window, guys. We're just doing what we want. I think I'm gonna keep it at like 20 through here, and then maybe bring it up to 40 or 50 on the way home. The two GP38s are doing well. I think they're 38s. They're doing pretty good actually. They're able to haul this, and again, it's partially filled, right? It's basically running empty. So anyway, we're gonna kind of check in periodically, but I'm gonna show you guys different parts of the drive from this view, and enjoy, please. Okay, everybody, welcome back. As you guys can see, we're just starting our descent. We've come through the Y junction there into the main city. There's the rail yard over there, and we got mid train cam going. Hopefully, I've put my other account person is riding the is riding the train. So let's nice, that's good. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a cool view of it. So roughly, I put them the other player. I put it at the part where basically the crude oil cars convert to hopper cars. So there's still train behind the camera there. So that's not the tail. That's not the tail. That's hilarious. That train break's hilarious. That's not the true tail, but it'll give us a cool perspective. As you guys can see, I'm going down the hill super slow here, and coming up, actually, look at that. The road there. So remember the road that used to come across the track here on the slope. Very nice train in the back. Look at this really quick. This road that used to be here. Look, see, it's gone now. Stupid place for a road anyway. So the super confusing intersection to the right, I should clean up still, but no more need for honking here. We're coming down pretty gently, actually. This is very nice. I don't know what the state of the switches is on the main line down here, so I'm hoping... Look at that. Nice new interchange. Look at that. I didn't connect the rail there, by the way, because I built an interchange in the way, so I got to figure that out. I don't know the state of the switches down here, so hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. A little lag, you guys can see. We're coming in. It's unhappy with something that's loading. Normally, I'll cut out basically all that kind of humping and bumping, but like I said, I kind of want to show you guys out. Okay, hold on. I got to confirm these switches, and I can't get out of this thing. Normally, I cut this stuff out, but, like, you guys don't get to see this. You know, you don't get to see me raw driving around through here, running and racing the train and doing stupid stuff because I can't read my own signal lights. So, why not show it? I don't know. I think we're doing a good job this episode of showing cinematics and the realities. There we go. We're good there. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know, because I think I don't know. I think this might be interesting. I know the episode, dude, people tell me, they're like, you know, I'd like them shorter, I like them longer. It's tough, man, because if I tried to shorten this down to 20 minutes, dude, we're blasting. Oh, let's see if the crossing alarm sounds properly. Excellent. Works great. Oh. Oh. It's got a beat to it. Okay, that's broken. Let's wake this freaking village up because I'm pissed. There we go. Enjoy that. Okay, signal's good. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know, because like I said, if I tried to cut this down to like 20 minutes, bro, you guys are getting like a couple train shots. Can't even do the refinery work, basically. Driving from Spawn City back home would be the episode there. It would be like, that's it. Like, 20 minutes flies by when you're doing these, so I think this is going to work for the train fans, especially because you guys get to see, you know, driving the train. I don't know, look at this. Isn't this cool? This is, you know, you got power lines. You got these views that, like I said, I normally just chop all of this out. We got mid-train cam going this time, so that's pretty hype. I love these little bridges, like these little girder styles over water / wetland looking things. I think it's like the most satisfying event to drive a train on terrain like that, because you're like, it's just manhandled and it's been tamed. Look at this, we're eating. We got some beef tallow because we've been hitting pigs. The trains, by the way, in these new updates, much more fuel efficient and just better physics, so I do like it, even though there is some issues I have with disappearing train cars and decoupling, but I think that's something I can work on. Here we go. Let's see if this crossing gate will work. This one behaves. Very nice. Forgot the honk. Okay, that is perfect. We're gonna cruise right through here. I just gotta make sure that the grain elevator. Oh my god, I screwed up. Too much brake. Yeah, okay, the switch for the grain elevator is good. So, what the hell? All my switches are set correctly? It's almost like we took this insane train out of here. I think, like, literally, like, I think it's like 10 episodes ago now. We built this huge train and brought it back, and now I'm somehow driving it alone, basically. So, I think this is awesome, though, because this is at least like a 50, 55 train car train. So, dude, we're like loaded up with this freaking thing. We're finally driving these massive trains around, people, over distances, and it's only gonna get cooler once we have like a rail yard built over in the spawn city. We're gonna it's done. It's done and dusted. Here's our beautiful grain elevator. It doesn't really get too much use now. I will say though, this train is insanely long, man. I'm actually concerned though if it's gonna all fit in the loop, because I don't know, man. I don't know if this loop's long enough. I might have to cut it into, because like the whole plan was to take the tail off, which is all the hopper cars, and they'll be easy to take back to the rail yard since they're at the back, because we just gotta, detach them from the crude oil cars. But the problem is if I can't get these locomotives around to the tail, because they might be blocking us, I'll have to grab it with another locomotive from the train yard. But the problem is I took them all except for the SD40-2. I think it's somewhere. I'll have to use that. Anyway, look at this. I love this, dude. This random train loop we have, like, in this place with this space center in the background. Then there's a farm. Then there's 2 pump jacks, a massive oil battery, and then this insane railroad with a freaking a grain elevator all thrown into. It's truly artwork. As you guys can see on the train cam in the middle there, you guys will know before me if we're gonna round this corner and see train or not in our way. So hopefully the tail of our train is not gonna be in our way. I think I've underestimated the length of it. And by the way, look at this. There's the third village. Technically, that's a part of the main city that just never gets any love. Anyways, I'm actually super interested to see if we're going to see our train around this corner. And I really hope we see just the tail end passing to the grain elevator, because we literally can't do anything more if this is the case. Here we go. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, there's still crude oil car. Oh, look, you can see the filming person. There's still crude oil cars passing. Oh, we're cooked. We are cooked. Okay, so we're going to have to grab the tail with another locomotive from the train yard, because as you guys can see clearly on the camera and through our freaking eyes, dude, this train is so long. This is hilarious. Shit. And it's not even near done yet. Dude. That's a lot of damage, man. Oh, that's a lot of... That's heinous. Oh, God, that's a lot of freaking train, man. That is actually hilarious, though. I did not think it was this. Dude, my railroad infrastructure reeks garbage, if you think about it, because the fact that I literally can't, like, how do these guys do it in real life? Like, where do you ever have enough room to build an entire full-length train without destroying every other part of your infrastructure, basically, without, I don't know. Anywho, we're here. We've arrived, beautifully blocked by our own train, so that's awesome. But like I said, we'll hook up to the back of it with another locomotive from the train yard. This is loud AF, man. Jesus, that's loud. We'll hook up with another locomotive from the train yard in the back here. We'll disconnect it from the crude oil cars, which will then be in the loop on their own. And we'll pull this back to the main yard, because, yeah, the crude oil car, like, dude, the length of this thing is literally from here It goes all the way here, loops around, and sits here. This is disturbing. That is a long train, bro. But like I said, we're gonna take the tail over to the main yard, and we'll probably park it. I don't know. We'll have to sort it and then park it. So we might have a train yard video. It's a hump yard, by the way, to all the people that don't know. And we'll have to do some here and load up the crude oil cars again, I guess. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the train and the train views, and hopefully the different kind of style of showing you guys what's going on when you're using it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this one. And like always, I guess I will see you guys next time.